All right, let's get these people on the road to the Red Sea. In verse 17 of Exodus chapter 13 today, it says, when Pharaoh finally let the people go, God did not lead them along the main road that runs through Philistine territory, even though that was the shortest route to the promised land. God said if the people are faced with a battle, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So God led them in a roundabout way through the wilderness toward the Red Sea. Thus the Israelites left Egypt like an army ready for battle. So there was a coastal route, and it was known as the Via Maris, also known as the Way of the Sea. It would also be known at times as the King's Highway, is another name that this place took, or this road took. And it was the common way to go to Egypt, to Canaan, even up into what we think of as Syria, over into what we will think of as Babylon. They would go up that way and then go across. Cutting straight across through the desert, the Arabian Peninsula was not very, very good way to go. But the road was manned by the Egyptian army. There were outposts. There were Egyptian forces in that area, and God did not want them yet to have to confront that. He didn't want them to lose faith and lose hope and turn around and go back. God knew that in this situation that a lot of the Israelites were still very fragile in their faith, and He didn't want to put more on them than they would be able to bear in that moment. And the time for battle would come, but it wasn't yet this time. And it would have been easy for them to go that way. It would have been easier to get food. It would have been easier trip. It would have been easier to get water, all of those things. But God anticipated the dangers they could not see. And as they're traveling there's this roundabout way through the wilderness towards the Red Sea. This is not the huge expanse of the Red Sea that was some 100 miles wide. If you look at the Red Sea, it comes up, think of my arm as being the Red Sea, and there are two small bodies of water that come off of that. This most likely where they were headed was what we know of as today as maybe the Gulf of Suez, was one of those spots. There's some back and forth about which one of the fingers that they went to, but we're headed straight to the Red Sea, straight to where God is going to do an incredible miracle, and the Israelites will walk across the dry land. We'll get to that real soon. See you later.